So traditionally, when you're trying to make a list of prospective customers to reach out to, you might use something like our data view, where you come in and you could, add filters, say by job title. If I wanted to put in, say, for example, CEOs, I only want to contact CEOs, and you would put in, say, some other filters for where those people are located. Let's say I only want to reach out to prospects who are in the United States, and and then I would go and narrow down even further, say by company information, perhaps what industries they're in, the size of the company, and so on. So that's one way you could do things. But now there is a much easier way to build a list that has major advantages over this traditional way of applying filters to narrow down a list of customers. And that new way is using Flash Intel's AI Flow. So what AI Flow is, you could think of AI Flow as AI used to its maximum capacity to help with outreach. So what I mean by that is you would start, say, with creating a new AI Flow. I'm going to create a new one. And and you'll see that there's a number of steps. So just as a very high level overview, what we're going to do is first we're going to enter our ICP, or a description of what your prospective customers might look like. So in this example, I'm going to be using this third-party logistics company, and the customers that they serve, it's mostly manufacturing companies, some chemical companies, even some food companies, because they offer a variety of trucks that have, say, cold storage and flatbeds and all kinds of different trucks that could get goods across North America. So their customers are pretty diverse, and I could enter in to this ICP description all of the customers that they might serve. The next step, the pitch step, is going to be where we enter what is special about Whirlwind, right? Like what differentiates Whirlwind, this third-party logistics company, from other logistics company? Why is it that we might use this trucking company over others? So after that, what happens is our AI Flow takes both of these things combined, and it starts to research the ideal customer based on the description of the customer and based on the product offerings of your company. And without applying any filters, without applying any other information, we will scour the web across all data sources, not just LinkedIn, not just our internal data set, but we will look at everything. We're going to look at press releases. We're going to look at news articles. We're looking at, random articles on blogs and, different websites, even like Reddit forums and all kinds of different things. We look across everywhere on the web and we populate a list of companies, and then we can research different data points across the person or the job titles that you specified at that company, and basically come up with data points that don't even exist in any data set. And then from there, now you have this great big list of all kinds of different contacts that didn't exist in any sort of data set before. And we can use all the different data points we've used our large language models to develop, and target language specific to those individuals through an automated campaign. So it's really a four-step process. And after we put in the language that we want to use, there might be some specific language that you want to use in each email. It will just start tailoring emails to each individual prospect that we've generated by basically tailoring your pitch to each targeted individual. So it's a very, very powerful process. And let me show you what that looks like. So starting with the first step, I've pre-written a ICP for Whirlwind, this third-party logistics company. And I'm sure for most companies, your sales and marketing team probably have this written out somewhere already. But you'll see I have the industries that our customers work in, perhaps where they work where they work, or where your customers operate. Information about the revenue, the particular job titles that we want to reach out to in those organizations, and whatever other information you might have on your prospective customers. So we would just copy and paste in your ICP. So I'll take that into the ICP description. I'll fill that out. And let's say just for the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to say I want to contact 100 people per day and 100 prospects in total. And I'll just go to this next screen. And in this case, we're going to enter information about our company, which is Whirlwind. And for most of you, you might have some internal documents or a website that tells your customers what's great about your company and why they might choose you over others. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use our existing information. So you could enter it manually. You could enter your value proposition, pain points of your prospective customers, and solutions you offer, and proof points with evidence and whatnot. You could enter all that manually, but we make it very convenient. You would just copy and paste in your website. And let's test the connection here. And you'll see that it just automatically fills out all of this information by using a large language model. So Whirlwind Enterprises is a one-stop logistics solution provided based in Oakville, Ontario, offering innovative, cost-effective truckload services across North America, etc. And you'll see the pain points of of prospective customers. So perhaps businesses struggle with sourcing reliable transportation. So reliability is one of the benefits of this company. And what solutions they offer. Here's all the different things that they offer and some proof points, right? So you can see it makes it quite easy. I'm going to delete lead magnets in this case because I don't want to include any HTML, and I don't want to include any HTML, so I'm going to delete the website as well. And for the call to action, I'm just going to change this to set. So this, and by the way, the call to action, this is going to be in the contents of the email. What am I asking of the prospect in this email? Set up a call or Zoom meeting. So set up a call or a Zoom meeting. That's what I'm hoping to get after this email. And now, after I click on next, we're going to automatically search the web and scour the web for all different prospective customers, or, well, in this case, 100. And we'll see, the different positions that the people work at match up with the positions that the job titles of the people that I was hoping to connect with. And this next section is really where the magic happens. This is where we're matching the pitch to the target audience. And we're going to be looking at things like LinkedIn posts and other social media posts. And say, for example, if they said something interesting on LinkedIn, we might say, hey, I saw that you were talking about, your manufacturing of your chemicals in this city. I know that there's some difficult regulations around transportation in that state, and we make it really simple for people like you. So it might do some really tailored, interesting messaging like that. So we automatically generate the prompt. Of course, you could come in and edit this prompt, and sometimes it might take a few iterations to get messaging you really love. But I find usually on the first attempt, it comes up with something pretty decent that a lot of customers are happy with right away. So say, for example, seeing your activity in beverage trade shows and international trade, I thought Whirlwind Enterprises might be a helpful resource, right? So we're already looking at what they're posting online and targeting our language to them. And we have here a 3-step series of emails. And after these are generated, it takes a little bit of time. After these are generated, we can send out these emails and start getting replies very soon after.